change is describing motion of an object moving in a straight line. So sa example natin na to, at t equals 0, the diver jumps from platform 32 feet above the water. What is the diver's velocity at t equals 2? Where t is time in second. So, sa mga problems involving calculus, lagi kang may function. So, itong function na to, ito yung nagde-describe dito sa problem, yung pag-jump nung diver mula dun sa platform, 32 feet above the water. So, yung f of x mo is negative 16t squared plus 16t plus 32. At ang pagkuha ng velocity dito sa word problem na to, pagkuha ng first derivative. So sa calculus, kapag ang tanong sa inyo, pagkuha ng velocity, ang lagi nyo lang iisipin, kukunin nyo lang yung first derivative ng function para makuha mo yung equation ng velocity nung dito, diver. So yung f of x mo, meron kang first derivative f prime of x is equal to negative 32x plus 16 using power rule. So ito ngayon yung equation ng velocity ng diver na tumalon mula sa 32 feet na platform. So yung, since ang tinatanong dito is at time t equals 2, so at 2 seconds, ano daw yung velocity nung diver na nahuhulog. So substitution na lang to kasi f prime of 2, which is yung hinahanap natin, yung at 2 seconds is equal to negative 32 times 2 plus 16, which gives you negative 48. So yung f prime of 2 nyo, yun yung velocity ng diver falling at 2 seconds. So negative 48. So yung conclusion nyo will be the diver's velocity at t equals 2 or at 2 seconds is negative 48 feet per second. At ano naman yan? Logical namang sagot yung negative 48 feet kasi nalalaglag siya. So kung nalalaglag yung isang object, negative yung velocity nyo. Tapos kung yung isang object naman ay umaakyat, let's say ang kinukompute nyo is a rocket ship, positive naman yung velocity na mas kukuha yung sagot. So ito yung pagkuha ng isa sa mga application ng derivatives, pagkuha ng velocity. Now, sa calculus, isa sa mga application rin niya is kung paano nyo malalaman ng isang object bumibilis o bumabagal. So, paano nyo ma-visualize using calculus na hindi nyo nakikita yung object na gumagalaw kung paano siya nag-speed up at paano siya nag-slow down. Makukuha nyo yon sa pagkuha ng velocity at acceleration ng object nyo. Now, every time meron kayong word problem involving rates of change, meron kayong object doon, tapos yung object nyo doon, meron siyang given function. At yung given function nyo, kukunin nyo yung first derivative mo para makuha yung velocity, at kunin nyo naman yung second derivative ng function na yun para makuha yung acceleration. So, first derivative nyo is velocity, second derivative nyo is yung acceleration ng object. So, kapag positive yung velocity nyo, positive yung sign, at saka positive din yung sign ng acceleration nyo or yung second derivative, alam nyo na yung object na yun is speeding up. Kapag ka naman yung velocity ng object nyo negative at yung acceleration niya is negative din, speeding up yung movement ng object nyo. So, ito yung kailangan yung tandaan sa calculus using the first derivative and second derivative involving rates of change problem. So, the object is speeding up kapag ka parehas na positive or parehas na negative yung velocity at acceleration nyo. So, velocity and acceleration of the object has the same signs, therefore, it's speeding up. Now, slowing down naman kapag ka ang acceleration nyo at saka yung velocity nyo magkaiba ng sign. For example, if velocity is greater than 0 or positive, at yung acceleration nyo naman is less than 0, which is negative, yung object nyo ngayon ay nagsuslow down. At kapag ka naman yung velocity nyo is negative at ang acceleration nyo is positive, slowing down din yung object nyo. So ito yung dalawang conditions na magsuslow down yung object in motion sa calculus. So, the object is slowing down kapag ka nasatisfy yung condition na to. So, velocity and acceleration of the object has different signs. Therefore, your object is moving moving ng mas mabagal or bumabagal. So, yan yung kailangan nyo ma-visualize sa pag-apply ng derivatives sa word problem. Isa sa mga kailangan sa pagsagot ng rates of change problems sa calculus is yung paggamit ng sign chart. Ang sign chart, ito yung ginagamit mo para i-verify mo kung yung velocity ng function mo ay positive or negative. So, example dito, meron akong object and that given object has a given velocity of v of t equals t squared minus 6t plus 8. and we need to verify its movement using a sign chart. So, since velocity na yung binigay sa inyo, hindi mo na kailangan kumuha ng derivative to find the velocity kasi given na ang velocity function. So, yung velocity function nyo na t squared minus 6t plus 8, ang unang yung step sa paggamit ng sign chart para ma-verify yung sign ng velocity nyo is to solve for t. Since quadratic equation siya at factorable siya, madaling makuha yung t. Kunin nyo lang yung factor ng quadratic equation, t minus 4 and t minus 2. Yun yung factor mo. And solve for t by zero product property, you have t equals 4 and t equals 2. Yung 4 and 2 na yan yung magiging interval nyo para sa pagkuha ng movement ng particle doon sa given interval. So dito, kailangan yung hatiin yung interval niyo into 3. 1, anything that is less than 2. Tapos yung in between 2 and 4 seconds. At saka lahat naman ng higher than 4 seconds. So, pagkuha nyo ng sign, ang gagawin nyo lang is mag-substitute kayo, mag-plug in kayo ng value dun sa t nyo na pasok doon sa bawat interval. So, kung lahat daw ay less than 2, ang pwede nyo ipasok sa t nyo dito sa sign test na to would be anything lower than 2. So, pwedeng 1, negative 1, 0, and so on. And in this case, pinili ko is 0. So, pag solve ng 0, t squared minus 6t plus 8, plugging it in, I have positive 8 as my answer. So, positive yung value ng v of 0 ko na less than sa 2, kaya positive yung sign nung velocity ko para sa interval na to. Now, to verify naman doon sa middle interval, between 2 seconds and 4 seconds, hahanap naman ako ng isa-substitute doon sa value ng t ko sa velocity function. So dito, ang ginamit ko is 3 kasi 3 is in between 2. So I have t squared minus 6t plus 8, plug in the value of 3, I get negative 1 as my answer. So since negative 1 to, so negative yung sign value ko sa interval na between 2 seconds and 4 seconds. So ibig sabihin ito, yung movement ng particle nyo is going backwards. At dito naman, sa last interval, nagagamitin ko yung anything higher than 4 seconds, meron akong piniling number at yung 5 yung pinili kong number. So once again, pwede kang pumili ng 5, 10, 125, anything that is higher than 4. And in this case, sa pagpili ko ng 5, meron akong positive 3 as my answer after my substitution. Kaya positive yung sign ng velocity ko for this interval. So meron ako ngayong mga signs using the sign chart na produce ko at na-verify ko yung sign ng moving object ko. So dito sa mga intervals na to, meron akong tatlong intervals. Meron akong t less than 2 seconds, t in between 2 and 4 seconds, at saka t greater than 4 seconds. So, dito daw, yung particle ko, nag-move forward siya kapag yung time mo is less than 2 seconds. At yung namang in between 2 seconds and 4 seconds, nag-move backward naman yung aking particle. At from t greater than 4, nag-move forward naman yung aking particle based dun sa sign chart ko. At yan ang paggamit ng sign chart para ma-verify nyo yung signs ng velocity. And once again, kaya nyo bine-verify yung sign ng velocity is para makita nyo kung positive siya, meaning it's moving forward, at kung negative naman siya, it's moving backwards. So ito pa rin yung problem natin kanina, yung moving object given the velocity function. Nakuha na natin using such sign chart na at t less than 2 seconds, moving forward yung object. At t in between 2 and 4, backwards naman yung object. And at t greater than 4, forward naman yung movement ng object. At ito yung pag-illustrate ng movement or motion ng isang particle dito sa, using derivatives. So ang pinili ko, t equals 0. Kasi anything less than 2 daw, forward yung magiging movement ng object. So, at t equals 0 to t equals 2, so umakyat ng konti, forward siya kasi sinasabi dito na t less than 2, moving forward yung object. So, 0 is less than 2, so umaabante siya. Now, in between 2 and 4, pumili ako ng number between 2 and 4, which is 3. Ito yung 3 ko. Na-illustrate ko na backwards ngayon yung movement nitong object kasi bumabalik na siya. So, forward, pakanan, and then pakaliwa is backwards. And then, kumuha na naman ako ng number na greater than 4 naman, which is 5. At alam ko na forward siya, so na-illustrate ko na forward yung movement ng object ko. So, pwede kang kumuha ng 5, 6, 7, 8. So, pwede kang kumuha ng mga number na magsasatisfy dito sa inequalities nyo. Para lang specifically sa rates of change. Yung motion ng object nyo dito or using calculus. Now, to summarize yung moving forward and moving backwards ng isang object in motion, moving forward siya if the object's velocity has a positive sign, then the object is moving forward. Tapos moving backwards naman yung object nyo, if the object's velocity has a negative sign, then the object is moving backwards. So ito lang yung tatandaan nyo. Yung velocity or yung sign ng velocity using yung sign chart ang magdedetermine kung moving forward or moving backwards yung object nyo in motion. At napakita natin yun kanina sa example natin. Now, kumuha ulit tayo ng isa pang example kung saan pwede nating masagot yung mga questions using sign chart at saka using this knowledge na yung velocity or yung sign ng velocity is nagde-determine ng movement ng object. Sa example na to, the equation of motion of a particle is given by the function s is equal to t cubed minus 6t squared plus 9t, where s is measured in meters and t is measured in seconds. Ang tanong is, when is the particle moving forward and when is the particle moving backwards? So, alam natin kung paano natin sagutin yan. Kailangan natin ng derivative at kailangan din natin ng sign chart to verify kung positive or negative yung sign ng velocity mo at given time interval. So, yun yung gagamitin natin para sa pagsagot nitong word problem na to. So, sagutin natin yung unang tanong. When is the particle moving forward and when is the particle moving backwards? So, given the function is s equal t cubed minus 6t squared plus 9t, alam natin na kailangan nating hanapin yung velocity. At yung velocity niya is kukunin nyo yung first derivative. At ang first derivative ng function nyo will be 3t squared minus 12t plus 9. Now, given the velocity, kailangan hanapin natin yung zero. So, equate natin sa zeros yung velocity para makuha natin yung mga values ng t. So, sa pag-solve nito, kailangan lang natin siyang i-factor. Una muna, i-factor out ko yung 3 kasi yun yung greatest common factor ng function. And then, yung t squared minus 4t plus 3, pwede ko siyang i-factor out kasi factorable siya na quadratic equation at magkakaroon ako ng t minus 3 and t minus 1 times, of course, 3. So, ang kailangan ko lang dyan is yung t minus 3 and t minus 1 because pag ginamitan ko siya ng zero product property, hindi na natin maiisama si 3. So, we have t equals 3 and t equals 1. Now, ready na tayong gumamit ng sign chart. So, yung sign chart natin may mga range na less than 1, in between 1 and 3, and greater than 3. So, yan yung sign chart natin. Now, i-verify natin yung sign ng velocity para malaman natin kung umaabante or umaatras yung particle. So, unahin natin yung range na less than 1 second. So, sa less than 1 second, pwede akong pumili ng mga numbers that's less than 1. I could use 0, I could use negative numbers, or I could use 0.5 kasi 0.5 is still less than 1. So, yun yung ginamit ko. So, pagka ginamit ko yan using my calculator at i-simplify yung equation, v of t ko will give me positive 3.75. So, that means positive yung movement or positive yung sign ng velocity ko at time less than 1 second. So, alam ko na nagmo-move forward yung object ko dito sa range na yan. Doon sa second range naman, between 1 and 3, pipili ako ng number, pumili ako ng number which is 2. Again, pwede kang pumili ng 1.5 or 2.99, depende sa gusto nyo. So, let's see kung mag-work yung 2 at hindi tayo makakakuha ng 0 pag sinubstitute natin siya sa function ng velocity. So, meron tayo ngayong negative 3. So, ngayon, since negative yung sign, alam natin na umaatras yung object between 1 second and 3 seconds. At doon naman sa last range of values natin, we have 3 seconds. So, anything higher than 3, magsasubstitute tayo sa value ng t. So, pwede kang mag-substitute as 3.5 to 4 to 5, anything higher than 3. And in this case, I chose 4. So, sa 4, in-evaluate ko siya, meron akong positive 9, so alam ko na positive yung movement ko sa range of values na yan. So therefore, at t less than 1 second, nag-move forward yung object ko. At t in between 1 and 3, it's moving backwards. And at t greater than 3, it's moving forward. So pagka sinimplify ko siya at ginamitan ko siya ng diagram para ma-represent yung movement ng object, Sa sign chart ko, alam ko na positive, negative, and positive, which is forward, backwards, and forward yung aking mga range of values. Gagamitan ko siya ng illustration. Pipili ako ng time. I'll start at time 0. At time 0, up until time 1, alam ko na moving forward yung object. So, magagawa ko ng arrow going to the right. And then, at 3 seconds, yung movement naman niya is backward, so aatras. So, pakaliwa naman. So, yan yung movement ko. And then, pili naman ako ng any number higher than 3. I could use 4 or 5 or 7 or 228. Here, I chose t equals 5 and it's moving forward. So, ganyan mag-illustrate ng function nyo using sign chart at saka yung illustration na ginamit natin. So, yan yung movement ng object na lumalabas dun sa, or sa nakita natin sa paggamit ng calculus.